field every week.
Hey, Rich, I got a question for you. Back in 1988, Neil Smith was the 2nd overall draft pick, and there was a lot of hype for him in 1988, but he only totaled 2.5 sacks that year, and there was some concern. You know, the team was you remember that team because you played on that team. There was some concern that could he have been a bust. Granted, Marty Schottenheimer came in the next year and they drafted Derek Thomas. Do you feel the same kind of pressure is on George Karlaftis as that we saw Neil Smith his rookie season in 1988?
Oh, there's a learning curve for any rookie who comes in the National Football League at any position, anywhere that you line up in the National Football League. You know, whatever you did in college, put it aside, lock it up, put it away, because it doesn't matter. You're playing against the best of the best in the nation. And so, yeah, there's a learning curve for everybody. There's going to be putting him in positions where he does good. And I think the young man has shown he's got a good bull rush. He'll continue to learn. They'll continue to find ways to put him in position to make plays. But even like Neil Smith came in, how to get stronger, how to get, learn different things, how to learn different game that, in college you don't have to worry about. In the National Football League, we got a thing we allow holding. And so if you can't beat somebody holding you every play, you're not going to play. So it took Neil a while, but once he learned his game, what he needed to do and the level of performance you had to do week in and week out. And I think that's the biggest thing for the young guys. They don't understand that. Forget about the games. You got to go out there on Wednesdays and practice just like you're playing the game. And you got to do it week in and week out. And so that's the hardest part. And some guys learn it, some don't. And the ones who don't last very long in the National Football
League. Rich, I got a question for you. Brian brings up the point of the rookie cornerbacks. The Chiefs haven't played 2 rookie cornerbacks consistently since 2008 when they played Brandon Carr and Brandon Flowers. In 1992, when the Chiefs drafted Dale Carter in the 1st round, he got to learn from Albert Lewis and Kevin Ross. And going back to 1983 and 84, when Albert Lewis was a 3rd round draft pick, and then Kevin Ross was a 7th round draft pick out of Temple in 84, those guys, along with Brandon Flowers and Brandon Carr, got to get their feet wet. Do you worry? Are you at all concerned about with Steve Spagnuolo and these rookie cornerbacks and Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, and Trent McDuffie that they could hit a rookie wall in December and January when we need them the most, comparable to the rookies that you've got to watch play in a Chiefs uniform?
No, I think Joshua Williams is the one guy who's struggled a couple of games and has slowly performed better and better. I think these rookie cornerbacks are doing better. And listen, it all begins up front too. We've got to continue to bring pressure. No matter who you have back, you can have the best veterans in the world cornerback. If there's not being pressure on the quarterback, eventually they're going to find a crease. They're going to find a big way to give up, find a big play. So I think the corner's doing better. I like what I see in terms of fundamentals. They're able to get their hands on receivers. And in the National Football League, it's the first thing you learn. If you can't reroute a receiver, you stand no chance. There is no way you're going to match foot speed or stay with them. You have to get your hands in there, get a shot on them, slow them up a little bit. So I like the rooks, what they're doing. McDuffie doing a nice job out there on the outside. So I look for them to continue that.